Sorry, my mic ready. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Literally didn't even have my mic ready. I was just kind of in my own world. Good evening, Gooners. Evening, Arsenal fans. I feel like I'm at a press conference because that's what we are gonna talk about on today's Gonna Talk podcast. Mikel Arteta's press conference ahead of the big game. Well, I guess every game is a big game. Hey Sam, how's it going? He's just said my name, Jack. Hello. Yes. Every game is a big game. Now going into the final stretch of the season. So every game's a big game, but this is, I would say, of our seven, one of the big three. We've got Aston Villa currently sitting in. Actually, I think they're currently in fifth place. Could check that really quick. I'm pretty sure that Spurs snuck into the fourth place. Premier League standings. Pretty sure I'm right. Yeah, just on goal difference by the looks of it. So fifth place, Aston Villa. Granted, Spurs do have a game in hand as well. But yeah, big game. A very good opposition. And this is Mikel Arteta's press conference ahead of it. And there were some pretty interesting things from there. Enough that made me want to, made me think. I'm just going to turn off one of these lights. I think I'm a bit overexposed. 1 second. Let's see if that's a little bit softer. Yeah, it's better. A couple of things that Mikel Arteta said that made me think, oh, you know what, I've got to get on and talk about this because this is cool, this is getting exciting, and it's a perfect opportunity to show you all my my new feature, which is, wait, we're not going to jump in just yet, but look at that. Share the screen. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Little side camera there. I'm excited. I want to talk about a couple of things that he spoke about. Let's just get back to this camera first. First thing first, he mentioned about a couple knocks or a couple injuries. Gabriel apparently wasn't in first team training after the Bayern game, which I actually didn't know. So that was news to me. But Mikel Arteta did not seem at all worried about it because that would be a huge blow. It'd be Kivior coming in if we were to... that's an interesting thought. What would actually happen if we were to lose Saliba or Gabriel to injury for the remainder of the season? My guess would be Kivior coming in and Ben White maybe playing centre-back or... that's probably what would happen. Either way, he didn't seem too worried about it. So I'm not either. Gabriel should be available for the weekend. The reporters were asking about Bayern Munich for reaction from the Bayern Munich game, and Mikel Arteta is such a boss, and he's just like, done. We've done our pondering, we've done our learning, now we're on Aston Villa. Let's talk about Aston Villa. And that really shows the mentality of this club. It really shows the mentality where we're at right now. And my favourite part of this whole press conference was a little bit later on, I'm going to talk about it, but it comes back to that let's focus on Aston Villa. Huge talking point, Jurrien Timber. Not quite in match fitness right now, and as in Premier League or Champions League starting at line-up fitness, but is fully fit, is fit enough to be training with the first team, and is going to be starting to do some behind closed doors practice games, and Mikel Arteta said he wants Jurrien to play with the under-23s before he implements him back into the squad. Let's pick up actually right here. Let's hear what Mikel Arteta has to say about Jurrien Timber, and then let's talk about it because it's pretty cool.
What's the latest on Jurrien Timber? When is he going to be ready to be in the matchday squad, do you think?
He's got a few steps to make. He needs to play a game at least with the under-23s. He's going to have an in-house game soon as well. He's done everything in training. Now he's getting that match fitness and having people around and start competing in a football match, which is different to training.
What will he bring to this team when he's back?
Hopefully a lot for everything that we see in training and the time that he was fit. I think he's going to have a big impact in the team.
Arsenal.
Love that. He's going to have a big impact on the team. That's what I want to talk about because as soon as Jurrien Timber is back, there is no doubt in my mind that he will be a starter. There will be no debate, in my opinion, on the left. I should say that. I think he's more naturally inclined as a right back, but in pre-season he was left back, and he blew us all away. So I'm so excited. You can see in Arteta's face his excitement and his need for Jurriën Timber. He says everything that we see in training shows me that he's still performing at this high level and at these impressive levels, and everything that we saw in pre-season just reminding us of that amazing game against Man City. And unfortunately he got injured before that. I mean, he was the next thing, man. I was so excited about Jurriën Timber, so I cannot wait to get the boy back on the pitch. And it sounds like he's close. I would love to see him start for Arsenal or even feature, substitute on by the end of the season. I think it's likely that we will get that. I'd love to know what you guys think as to whether we're going to see JT in an Arsenal top by the end of the season. But I just love what Arteta said. Big impact he will have on the team. He looked excited, and as am I. Moving on, the next thing that he said, which was honestly probably my favourite part of this. Let's go back to the screen and let's have a little look at it. I've got some timestamps, so it should be nice and smooth. Listen to this.
Excited for you and the players, regardless of this football cliche of just looking one game at a time. It's impossible now, isn't it, to just look at one game. You must be looking at the whole season, at what's left and what is there to achieve.
It's the only thing possible to look at one day and one game. It's the only thing that is possible, because it's the only thing that maintains you focused and determined in the task that you have to do on the day, which is the only thing that you can control.
Yeah, shut up, mate. It's impossible to go one day at a time, isn't it? You have to look forward to are you going to win it? Are you going to stay in the Champions League? No, one day at a time, mate. What do you mean it's not possible? Mikel Arteta says it is the only thing that is possible. I just love how he mugs off that reporter like nothing else. And I love this mentality, because if you look last season, what was the common phrase being said around the fan base, even the players, even Arteta in press conferences? 7 cup finals now. That's what they said. It's 7 cup finals. We're not hearing that this season. We're hearing one game at a time. It's the only thing that we can control. We think about Aston Villa. How can we beat Aston Villa? What do we need to do to beat Aston Villa? They're not thinking, we've got 7 cup finals. I'm sure naturally in the back of their head they know that they need to win at 7 out of 7. But Mikel Arteta has it absolutely drilled into them that they are focusing on Aston Villa and nothing else. And then in the 3 days or 4 days that we have, it's 3 days that we have after Villa, then we focus on Bayern, right? And I just absolutely love that mentality. And I also just really love how Mikel Arteta just abruptly and just obviously mugs off that reporter who thinks that it's not possible to focus on one game at a time when you're at this stage of the season. I can see why he said it. Mikel Arteta, I'm not talking about the whole press conference, just my favourite kind of takeaways. He then goes on to speak about the big Kai Havertz, the BFG regen, shall we call him. The reporter asks about him filling in the number 9 and if, that's now the plan going on, and this is what Arteta says.
And where I could see him play and impact the team. With him, I told him what the idea was and where I could see him play and impact the team. He fully agreed with that. He's very comfortable to change positions. He's done it with us. He's done it with Chelsea in the past, with the national team, and he's got his capacity to adapt. And if he's feeling good, sometimes it's about who he's surrounded by and what we ask him to do more than the position.
Do you think?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. I absolutely love this. I mean, just talk about the versatility and the dynamic range that you get with a player like Kai Havertz when he's playing well. He does bring something completely new to the team and completely needed. He's not an out-and-out number 9 at banging in goals left, right and centre. He does so much more than that. And I do like it. My question that I want to pose to you and want you to think about, and that I've been thinking about, is does having Kai Havertz mitigate or remove the need to invest heavily in the summer for a traditional number 9, a goal scorer? What do you think? I'd love to get some thoughts on that. while I hopefully get some thoughts on that in the chat, I will tell you, I think it doesn't. I think depth is the name of the game. I love Kai Havertz, but I think the fact that Mikel Arteta is talking about his dynamic range and his versatility kind of shows you that Arteta isn't absolutely sold or 100% that Kai Havertz is going to play that number 9 up top indefinitely from now on. Like he's it. I don't think that's true at all. I do think that this is the position we've seen Kai Havertz perform the best in an Arsenal shirt. But I think that Mikel Arteta wants to continue to explore. And I hope they do. There's lots of talk about Ollie Watkins, of course, at Villa. He would be my number 1 choice. What an unbelievable season he's having. If Villa get that 4th place spot, Ollie Watkins take a bow, son, because he almost had pretty much single-handedly taken them there. They're a great squad, don't get me wrong, but having a striker like Ollie Watkins is something else. Or Ivan Toney, who I personally got excited about that prospect, but I personally feel like he is a character that could damage the dressing room, or let's say it better, maybe he's just a character that doesn't suit Arteta's character. For that reason alone, I would say no to Ivan Toney. Let's hear what Sam says about this question. Does having Kai Havertz at number 9 remove the need to invest heavily in the summer? It would be great to get an out-and-out number 9, but I don't think the quality is out there at a good price. It would have to be an impressive player to push Havertz out. I think it's true. And when I think about Ollie Watkins, I mean, first of all, if he gets to Champions League football with Villa, would he want to stay there? Would he even want to leave? I don't have any other names in my head, so I can see what you're saying about that. Like, is the quality out there for a decent price? I mean, if Ollie Watkins was to come for us, how much would it be? Villa aren't going to just let him go. It'll be expensive. So, Sam, I think I agree with you there, man. I think I agree. And it does have to be an absolutely massive player to push Havertz out if he remains in this current form that he's in. Sam says, having said that, I think having a number 9 could be helpful in certain games over others. And I completely agree with that. Victor Osimhen, yeah, absolutely. Flipping heck, that would be awesome as well. That's a good name, Sam. Thanks for bringing that one back to my attention. Again, though, heavy investment, right? Heavy investment. Yeah, so I do agree that, like I said, depth is a huge thing. And I don't think Mikel Arteta was saying that Havertz is versatile in the sense that he can change his game according to in the number 9 according to the opposition we have. I don't think Kai Havertz has it in him to be a through the back line one-on-one finisher. That's not his strength, in my opinion. We've actually seen him miss a few. I'm pretty sure we've seen him miss a few of those. He's not naturally inclined to do that, and I think there are some oppositions where that is vital. Actually, in games where people don't perform a low block against us and sit back, when they're playing maybe more free flowing, a little bit higher up the pitch, having that in behind striker would be huge, and I don't think Kai Havertz is that at all. So I'm all for investment. I'm not saying I want to see Kai Havertz replaced by any means. Long may his form continue, but it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Just to close out the show, because I do have to go, always have to go, 15-20 minutes is about where I want to stay. But yeah, I want to speak about the automated offside. So massive news in the last day or two. The majority of Premier League managers have unanimously, obviously, voted that that automated offside will be implemented into the Premier League. And that is huge news. This is brought in with the hope that it will speed up. Oh, I've got a question for Sam, but I'm going to finish my thought. The hope is that it will speed up the decision making that it takes on field. We see a lot of play continue to play out even when the linesman knows absolutely it's offside, just to be sure in case something happens and they can check if there is a mistake. Having this semi-automatic automated offside will remove a lot of that and should make decisions quicker and more accurate. Because I have noticed as well in games that if the linesman waves offside and he's wrong, and he hasn't waited, then like it does stop and it's just wrong. So having the semi-automated could be really good. I'll be interested to see how it's implemented and how it looks, how it plays out in the next season. Sam Spores asks, Are Palace strong enough to dent Liverpool? That is a huge question. Because they are away from home, Palace are playing at Anfield, I would strongly doubt it. That being said, I would have doubted